If you're an employer in the United States of America who has experienced a significant decrease in business due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you may be eligible for the Employee Retention Tax Credit, ERTC, offered by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. This credit is designed to help employers offset payroll costs related to keeping employees on staff. But that's not all. Even if you did not experience a decrease in business, but your business was closed or capacity reduced at some point during the lockdown and social distancing period, you may be eligible for the ERTC payroll refund. In this video, we'll provide an overview of the ERTC, explain eligibility requirements and qualified wages, discuss how to claim the credit, and provide additional considerations. Let's get started. The ERTC provides U.S. employers with a refundable tax credit equal to 50% of up to $10,000 in wages paid by an eligible employer whose business operations were fully or partially suspended due to orders from a governmental authority related to COVID-19. So if you've been struggling financially due to decreased revenue during this time period, this could be a great way for your business to receive some financial relief. So here's an overview of what the Employee Retention Tax Credit is all about. Employers who experienced a significant decline in gross receipts during 2020 or 2021 as a result of the coronavirus pandemic are eligible for the federal government's refundable tax credit, known as the Employee Retention Tax Credit, ERTC. It was created as part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, CARES, in 2020. In other words, the Employee Retention Tax Credit is a refundable tax credit offered by the federal government and available to employers who have experienced a significant decline in gross receipts during 2020 or 2021 due to the coronavirus pandemic. It was created as part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, CARES, in 2020. This credit allows eligible employers to receive up to $5,000 per employee for wages paid or incurred after March 12, 2020 and before January 1, 2021. The ERTC is available to employers with fewer than 500 full-time employees that have experienced a decline in gross receipts of 50% or more compared to the same quarter in 2019. In addition, employers who received Paycheck Protection Program loans, PPP, are also eligible for this credit. The ERTC provides an incentive for businesses to keep their workers on the payroll despite experiencing financial difficulties due to COVID-19. Businesses of all sizes in a variety of sectors, from retailers and restaurants to manufacturers and healthcare providers, can use this credit. Eligible employers can claim a tax credit equal to 50% of qualified wages paid up to $10,000 per employee each year between March 12, 2020 and December 31, 2020. Employers can choose between receiving a refundable tax credit or reducing their income tax liability. However, they cannot pursue both options simultaneously. In order for an employee's wages to qualify for ERTC, they must meet certain criteria, such as being paid during the time period mentioned earlier and not being excluded through other relief programs like PPP loans. Additionally, any payments made after December 31st will not qualify unless they are directly related expenses, such as vacation pay accrued before June 30th, 2020, but not paid until afterwards. Any payments made with funds received under PPP loans are ineligible for ERTC claims since those funds have already been subsidized through other assistance programs provided by Congress specifically designed for small business owners affected by COVID-19 pandemic-related losses in revenue. But this is not to say you are not eligible if you received PPP. So, what are the eligibility requirements? To be eligible, you must meet certain criteria. However, don't miss out on this great opportunity because most employers who think they don't meet the criteria actually do. To qualify for the ERTC, your business must have had an overall reduction in gross receipts of more than 20% compared to the same quarter in 2019. Additionally, you must also have kept at least one employee on payroll throughout the quarter and paid them wages of at least $10,000 for that quarter. The ERTC can provide up to 70% of qualified wages per employee for 2021, up to a maximum credit amount of $7,000 per employee each year. This means that if you're eligible for the credit and paid $10,000 or more in wages during the qualifying period, then you could receive a tax credit of up to $7,000 per employee. The amount of your credit will depend on how much your gross receipts declined during the qualifying period versus 2019. You should apply as soon as possible since there are limited funds available through this program. Act quickly so that you don't miss out. You'll need to fill out Form 941X and submit it along with all applicable documents and supporting information related to your eligibility. You will receive a refundable tax credit up to $7,000, equal to 70% of the qualified wages paid in 2020 or 2021, once the IRS has approved it. It's important that businesses take advantage of programs like these when they become available, especially those who are struggling due to financial hardship caused by COVID-19 restrictions. Take some time today to evaluate whether or not your business meets the eligibility requirements for this program, so you can decide if taking advantage of it is right for you. Claiming the ERTC is easy. You just need your records showing that you've met all requirements, including providing proof of a decline in gross revenue if applicable, as well as documentation demonstrating you've paid qualifying wages that aren't associated with other sources of relief funding like PPP loans, etc. Once you've gathered all necessary documents, simply provide them when filing quarterly taxes or submit Form 941, which is available online at the IRS website, along with instructions detailing how it should be completed correctly so that you receive maximum benefit from this valuable program designed specially to help struggling business owners stay afloat during these challenging times while still taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. So, what wages are considered qualified wages? Qualified wages are defined as those that are used for payroll costs such as salaries, wages, and health benefits. In order to be eligible for the credit, an employer must have experienced either a full or partial suspension of their operations due to COVID-19 related orders from an appropriate governmental authority or a significant decline in gross receipts compared to the same quarter in 2019. Qualifying employers may take advantage of the tax credit by filing Form 941 with the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. The IRS will then calculate the credit based on eligible wages paid during each quarter. Employers may also offset any additional payroll taxes they owe when filing their quarterly returns. It is important to note that only employers with fewer than 500 employees are eligible for this tax credit. So, whether you have 1, 2, 20, or 500 employees, you are eligible. Employers who take advantage of this program must also keep detailed records documenting how they determined eligibility and calculated their credits. This will contain all pertinent information such as hiring dates, dismissal dates, and the number of hours each employee put in during the return period, in addition to payment details for all qualified wages paid. Additionally, employers should maintain documentation regarding any other changes made in response to COVID-19 related orders from applicable government authorities. By taking advantage of this program, employers can reduce payroll costs while ensuring that their employees remain employed throughout these uncertain times. How to claim the Employee Retention Tax Credit? If businesses are eligible, businesses may want to consult with a professional accountant or lawyer, as there are certain rules that need to be followed in order for them to qualify for this tax credit, such as proper documentation requirements and specific eligibility criteria that could vary depending on state laws as well. It's important to not only understand these rules but also ensure compliance by following them correctly when filing taxes in order to receive this valuable benefit from Uncle Sam. To get started, there are a few key resources and guidance available to help you make sure you're taking full advantage of this opportunity. The IRS website includes detailed information on how employers can qualify for and claim the credit, as well as any updates related to eligibility or changes in law. Additionally, the U.S. Small Business Administration has an online learning center with helpful videos and webinars that can provide more in-depth information about tax credits and other government assistance programs. For further advice and expertise, consider working with a qualified accountant or financial advisor who specializes in tax planning for businesses. They can provide expert guidance on filing requirements, deadlines, and other important considerations related to claiming the credit from the IRS. It's also beneficial to keep track of state laws regarding employee retention credits. Many states offer additional benefits such as reduced payroll taxes or extended time frames for claiming credits, so researching your specific location is worth investigating further. With all this information, you can make an informed decision about whether or not this tax credit can benefit your business. If you need more help or guidance on this topic, there are plenty of resources available online or through your local tax preparation service provider. And you can also click the link in the description below for more information and to find out if you qualify for the ERTC tax refund. I hope this video has been helpful. Remember, the contents of this video are not intended to serve as advice, nor are they meant to suggest any financial recommendations. They are for informational purposes only. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content.